second time today, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, do we have any public here for comment for items not appearing on today's agenda? All right, seeing none, any additions to the agenda from the board?
None.
No? All right. Thanks for popping over, JJ. I know you were answering phones or something over at the Community Services Building. As long as the meeting minutes are good, we'll take a motion.
I move to approve the minutes from the meeting held October 28th.
I will second that.
With a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the meeting held on October 28th. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Moving on to contracts and authorizations. Norm has one for us from 911.
Good morning.
Okay.
Consider approval of contract with Mission Critical Partners to provide a workforce and service optimization and telephone line assessment for the county's 911 center. We will have Mission Critical staff do a review of the extra responsibilities added over time to the 911 center staff and determine what fits or does not fit within the primary mission, answering 911 calls and dispatching emergency services in the shortest amount of time. They will also do a telephone line assessment, reviewing current administrative telephone lines and determining the options for replacing an outdated admin phone system. The contract total is $45,500 for a period of December 1st, 2025 to November 30th, 2026.
Great, well, thanks for covering that, Norm. I'm assuming we're going to have some information before November of next year.
Yeah, I just added the extra time in
Yeah.
case stuff runs over
All right.
to
And
finish the contract.
We do know Center County and a lot of other counties throughout the Commonwealth are having difficulty both staffing 911 and responding to citizens' needs, which are ever increasing. And we've had now numerous incidents just in the last year or so where we've had a major incident in Center County and have received hundreds of phone calls in a half hour to an hour long period.
Right. In September, we saw some of that, and it was a learning curve for us, and we made some adjustments for that, so.
Right, but we can only have so many people
Right.
on working the phones 24/7, 365, and you never know when an emergency is going to happen.
There's a lot of new technology out there. We want to see if we can leverage any of that in the
Alright.
future. AI is a growing factor in
Okay.
911, and it's really grew a lot of traction in the last 2 years for non-emergency stuff. So there might be other options out there that will help offset some of that non-emergency, which is the majority of our phone calls. So.
Right. The cat up the tree, the lonely person, et cetera.
Right.
All right. Commissioner Concepcion?
No, sounds like a good idea.
All right. Commissioner Dershowitz?
It's more than covered.
All right. Maybe because I'm on the statewide 911 Advisory Board Committee, I geek out about this a little more than some of the other commissioners. But if nobody has any other questions, I think we could take a motion.
I'll move to add the proposal with Mission Critical Partners to the November 13th consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the proposal with Mission Critical Partners to the November 13th consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. Great. Thanks, Norm.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, and then, John, you're covering an item for Jonathan for facilities management.
Yes. Before you for consideration is the approval of a contract with Aaron Bailey for snow removal services at the Phillipsburg MDJ office. The contract total is not to exceed $8,500, and it's for this winter, the time period November 4th to April 1st of next year.
And I believe there's a per incident charge, so that not to exceed number is very, very pessimistic.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Questions by the commissioner on that one? All right.
Move to approve the contract with Aaron Bailey.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the contract with Aaron Bailey. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, nay. Motion carries. And now, Kathy, I think we'll easily have you out before your 10:15.
Thank you. I'm here today to ask the board to consider approving addendum number 1 with Millerton Acquisition, LLC, doing business as Bradford Recovery Center. This will provide the 6-month extension on their agreement for fiscal year 24-25. We've done this with all of the DNA contracts for fiscal year 24-25 to extend their contract for 6 months to match the grant agreement that we have with the Department of Drug and Alcohol programs. We've done this with all of them to match until the Department of Drug and Alcohol programs can update our grant agreement for the new fiscal year. The grant total is estimated at $2,500, and we anticipate that we'll be using federal dollars for that expense. And it's for the time period July 1st, 2025 through December 31st, 2025.
Great, well, thanks Kathy, and thanks to you and your staff for covering the paperwork on that. Any questions from either commissioner?
So
Okay.
I'll move to add the addendum with Millerton Acquisition Sub LLC, doing business as Bradford Recovery Center, to the November 13th consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to add the addendum with Millerton Acquisition, DBA Bradford Recovery Center, to the November 13th consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Great. Thanks, Kathy.
Thank you.
We have a smallish consent agenda.
Yeah, move to approve this week's consent agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve this week's consent agenda. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. Moving on to the check run, Commissioner Concepcion.
Yeah, the check that I'd like to highlight today is to Center Safe. They provide services to residents of the county who have experienced domestic violence. And they're one of many nonprofit organizations that the county partners with that are being pretty adversely affected by the current state budget impasse and federal shutdown both. So, you know, for the sake of these numerous nonprofits and charitable organizations that rely on state and federal funding, you know, we just want to highlight that concern. And with that, I would move to approve the check run dated October 31st.
I will second that.
We have a motion and a second to approve the check run dated October 31st. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. Motion carries. John, is there an administrator's report today?
Nothing to report at this
All
time.
right. Moving back to other reports, do we have a voter's registration report today?
We do not have a voter registration report. However, polls are open today until 8 p.m. So we hope that everyone who's able to will go find their polling place and cast their vote today.
Get out and vote.
Yes. And if you're, I doubt there'll be a line at 8 p.m., but if there is, stay in line and you will be allowed to vote. Announcements, other announcements, we have county government offices will be closed on Tuesday, November 11th in observance of Veterans Day. And the Board of Commissioners meeting on November 25th has been canceled to allow the board to attend the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania Fall Conference. John, any executive sessions to report or hold?
None to hold, one to report. The board met on November 3rd from 1:04 p.m. to 2:06 p.m. to discuss a legal matter.
Great, thank you. The public meeting schedule, on Thursday, November 6th, the Board of Elections will convene at 10 a.m. at the Community Services Building in the cafe, kind of to the left of the main door. CNET will be streaming that live, and I think that meeting kind of goes until we hit a point to stop. So
Yeah.
I can't give you a closing time on that. And then on Friday, November 7th, Board of Elections starting at 10 a.m., same thing. Goes until we hit a stopping point. Monday, November 10th, Board of Elections starting at 3 p.m. Again, going until we hit a stopping point. And then on Thursday, November 13th, combined Board of Commissioners and Salary Board meeting at 10 a.m. It's Tristan, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Not much going on
Questions from the
today.
press?
Only question I would have is everything running smoothly so far this morning with the election process here? Counting ballots?
Yes, everything appears to be running smoothly in Center County at least, knock on wood. And I was just at the Vote by Mail Center, which is now located in the Community Services Building, and got a lot of compliments from the volunteers enjoying the new space. and also enjoying the fact that once we set the equipment up and fine tune it, it doesn't get moved. Whereas in the past, they would have to shrink wrap it, move it, and take the shrink wrap off at the, generally at the Penn Stater, and that would sometimes cause issues because it was difficult to get the equipment fine-tuned again in the short time before you needed to start processing ballots. So far, knock on wood, everything appears to be going smooth.
That's all I have.
All right, thanks. Well, unless there's anything else, I think we could take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion to adjourn and a second at 10:11. All those in favor do so by saying aye.
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 Aye, opposed nay. Motion carries. We are adjourned.